Hi, and welcome to Collective Bargaining. On our first day of class, we're going to spend some time playing a game called Dragon's Gold. So this PowerPoint set will tell you how to play the game, so I recommend that you have a look at it before you come to class. Okay, let's take a look at the game. So, the goal of this game is to accumulate the greatest number of points, and you accumulate them by collecting these different tokens, and I'll be giving you some information about the value of each token because they vary dependent upon their colors. Now, you get these tokens by killing dragons, and usually you collaborate with somebody else to kill a dragon, and then you end up negotiating with those people as to how the tokens will be distributed once the dragon has been terminated. So in order to kill a dragon, each of you will get 4 cards, and these are your adventurers. And each adventurer has different values and powers. So we know how much strength they have by the number at the top. That indicates a strength of either 1, 2, 3, or 4. Now, some of these adventurers have special powers. Now, for example, the wizard, which is number 1, if you play the wizard, that means that if there are any red tokens on the dragon that you help kill, either you get to take them all if you're the only one that plays a wizard, or if somebody else plays a wizard, you get to share those red tokens. The number 2 card is called a thief, and the thief allows you to steal a token from the players that you help kill the dragon with. Now, if you just play the thief card, you don't actually get to look at the token, so you're just going to reach over that little cardboard contraption that they have all of their tokens hidden behind, and you're going to take one of the tokens. However, if you manage to play both the wizard, so that's the 1 card, and the thief, which is the 2 card, on one dragon, then not only do you get the red tokens, and not only do you get to steal a token from another player, but when you're stealing that token, you get to look at what token you're going to be stealing. Cool. Now, let's have a look at these dragons. What's the story on the dragons? Whoa, there's 4 dragons. So we'll have 4 dragons always on the table that the players can try and kill at any time. And so there's some very important things that we need to learn about our dragons. The first thing is that the number on the top, that represents the number of points or the strength that you need to kill the dragons. And you get that strength from the adventurer cards. The next important piece of information is the number of tokens that you would put on the dragon at the beginning of play. So before anyone's tried to kill any dragons, we're going to put some tokens on them. Okay? So we have an idea of, why we're trying to kill them. And now there's a second number, and these are the number of tokens that you put on the dragon once it's been killed. So we have some idea of what tokens are there, but then more will be added on once we've managed to kill it. Awesome. So let's take a chance. It's your turn now, and I've got a couple of questions for you. So first of all, how many tokens would you put on this dragon at the beginning of play? So how many tokens go on this at the beginning? If you answered 7, you're well on the way to playing the game. Okay. How many points do you need to accumulate to kill this dragon? I hope you said 10. And remember, you don't necessarily accumulate these points or strength yourself. Other people may be trying to help you to kill the dragon. Okay, last question. Bet you know what it is. How many tokens would you put on this dragon once it's been killed? And the answer, of course, is 4. Hey, it's time for us to kill a dragon. So here's our dragon. And the first question I've got is like, how many tokens do we need to put on it at the start of the game? Well, if you guessed one, you're correct. And look, it's a red token. Awesome. Okay, now how many points do we need to kill this dragon? Yeah, we need 6. All right, let's get ready and play the first card. Oh, and look at that. Somebody's put the wizard on it. So they've seen that red token and they want the red token. So they have now made sure that they're going to get that token. And if there's other red tokens put on it, they'll get them too. All right, let's see what the next player does. Ooh, the next player put a 4 on it. So how much strength do we have right now? 5. And how much strength do we need to kill this dragon? 6. All right, so now we'll play another card and see what happens. Whoa, wait a minute, somebody put the thief on there. And the thief is worth 2, but we only needed 6. We only needed 6 to kill it. But wait a minute, why do you think they did that? Oh yeah, so now not only do they get the red token, but because they've played the wizard and the thief, they will get to steal and look at the token they steal from the other person. Awesome strategy. Okay, now, is it only one token that we're fighting over? Because that seemed like a waste of cards. No, remember we have to add some tokens, and it says in the bottom right-hand corner 5 more tokens. So let's add those tokens. So these are the tokens that we're going to negotiate for. Between the 2 players. Okay, so we'll have a timer and we need to negotiate how these tokens are going to be split. But what do we know first off? Well, that red token is going to that player. Okay, and we have 5 remaining tokens to sort. Okay, here's some basic rules for your negotiation. Number 1, you have to be specific. So you need to say something specific like 2 blue for one player and the remaining tokens for the other player. Okay. All the treasure has to be divided, so you can't leave any behind, but you can't agree to future treasures being distributed. So you can only deal with what's on the table. You can't make any agreements on future splits. And finally, you're going to have this timer going, this sand timer going, and if it runs out before a decision is reached, then the treasure is removed from the game. We take it right out of the game and nobody gets those tokens. So now we're going to do some negotiating. How would you split these up? The gold one is more valuable. We've got 2 blues, we've got a white and a yellow. So how might you split that up? How would you strategize a good division of those? Lots of different ways for explaining how you want to do it. You just got to think about it. Okay, so we've got some final things to think about. First of all, when you've killed a dragon, then you get to take your warrior cards back, but you have to place them face down, so you can't play them right away. It's not until you've got all 4 of your warrior cards back that you can turn them over and start playing them again. Now, wait a minute, if you run out of warriors, you're going to miss your turn. And you got to wait until one of the dragons with your last card on it is killed and you get that card back. Then you can flip all 4 over and play them again. Sound like fun? I hope so. So let's get a game going and get negotiating.